I made my dad choose between me and his new family. Here's the update. I spoke with my mother's previous lawyer, Amy, about the issue on Saturday and asked if there was any way to contest the will. But apparently my mom already planned for everything, because both my dad and I had signed documents agreeing not to contest anything in the future. Honestly, Mom, for the win of me, also advised me to give them at least 30 days to move out, so there wouldn't be any legal complications later on. So, at this point, the inheritance issue is basically solved. Then Saturday night, I was supposed to have dinner with just my dad, but apparently a private conversation between a father and daughter somehow became a whole family event, because Steph and the twins were there too, so I decided to just end the misery quickly and told them I had already spoken to Amy regarding the house and legal situation, and that they had 30 days to find another place and move out. Steph immediately tried to object, but my dad shut her down and started talking about how we could fix things through family therapy, and that we all just needed more time to become a family. Cue the biggest eye roll of my life. I told him it had already been months since they moved in, and not once had they genuinely tried to treat me like family unless they needed something from me. At that point, I was just done. So I asked him directly whether he was staying with me or leaving with them, because I needed to know which belongings he planned on taking. He looked shocked and asked if I was kicking him out, and I told him no, he was free to choose wherever he wanted to go. But if he chose them, then he shouldn't expect me to keep contact with him afterward. Then, Steph suddenly asked why I was kicking him out of his own house. And that's when I realized my dad had apparently told them I was living with him instead of the truth, which is that he was living in the house I inherited from my mother. Look on her face when I clarified that this was legally my house was honestly unreal. Then Lexi tried saying it would be difficult for them to move because they were finishing their spring semester and finals were only a few weeks away. I just smiled and told them they better hurry and start looking for a place. After that, I left. Then yesterday, on Easter Sunday, I invited my boyfriend, his family, and my two best friends over. And honestly, it was the happiest I felt in a really long time. Dad kept calling me the entire day and I ignored every single call. He even tried inviting me to spend Easter with them. But at this point, I honestly don't see them as my family anymore. As harsh as it sounds, the people who actually felt like family yesterday were my boyfriend, his parents, and my best friends. We did egg hunts, played games, had a huge dinner, and for once everything just felt peaceful and normal. Right now, I'm documenting everything in the house worth over $500, and I had a few people help me record and organize everything. All the locks have already been changed, and the only spare key I gave out was to my boyfriend. I also hired professionals to install a full security system around the property, and I'm meeting with someone soon about fences and gates. To me, Mom left me money for college tuition, dorms, and emergencies, and I've barely touched it until now. But honestly, this situation absolutely counts as an emergency. All family pictures, portraits, and sentimental items are currently in storage, and all smaller valuables are locked in a safety deposit box. Important documents are now inside a fireproof, waterproof safe in my room that needs both a key and PIN code to open. I'm basically taking every precaution possible because after everything that happened, I genuinely don't trust them anymore. And honestly, the hardest part in all of this is realizing my dad is still choosing them over me. I'm his actual daughter. And yet somehow these people he barely even knows became more important than the relationship he had with me. He's the only close family I really had left here. And once they finally move out, I'm cutting contact completely. He's a grown man and he can make whatever choices he wants with his life. But I'm finally accepting that I can't keep destroying myself trying to understand them anymore.